Hi everybody, my name is Hannah. This is Pepper and Pine. Welcome to day 1 of module 9 for the Waldorf Practical Arts training. This is the final module, but you can join anytime, and if you are considering it, now's the time to sign up because module 1 is coming up in the new year. The first class that we have this morning is the hard craft, and we're going to be working on a stringed instrument. You can see some of them against the wall, and there will be others that I show you a little bit later in the video, although we're not going to be making those. Here they are. Aren't they gorgeous? These are made by students at the school. So beautiful. But we're actually going to start with a really simple single stringed instrument, but in order to do that, we have to start out by making our own jig. So this was a little bit confusing to understand why we needed to make this, but once you start the process, everything starts to make sense. We do need to take this slowly, step by step, so that we can actually end up with the material bending the way it needs to bend. And you're going to be able to see that throughout this whole process. We're starting out with some pine, although our plywood is going to be of a different material, and I end up finding this to be a little bit of a challenge because at the end I do want to stain mine. This was another example here. It stained beautifully. Mine not so much, but you'll be able to see it at the end of this series. Our instructor, Jack, is sharing the process for this project, and in the description box below is a link to his tutorial as well as his channel in case you're interested in seeing more videos like this. We're not just learning how to construct this project, we're also learning about the tools, and more importantly, we're learning about the pedagogical reasons why we're bringing this project to the high school student. Constructing a stringed instrument is typically found in the Waldorf High School experience, anywhere between 9th and 12th grade, probably more like 11th or 12th grade. To do this project, we are using pine for the main part of our stringed instrument. However, if you see the examples, it looks like a triangle at the base. In order to get the triangle, we're going to need to cut the pine with a saw to only about 1/4 of an inch or even less on both sides, more like 1/8 of an inch. And once we cut both ends of the pine, we're going to be separating them very gently so they don't snap. In order to do that, we need our jig. So that's what we're going to have to construct first. However, once you construct one jig, you can use it over and over again. I've measured this piece of pine to the plywood jig that we're going to use, and now I'm going to saw it off. I believe this is a 2x1 piece of pine, but I did use the bottom part of our jig to measure it, and you can see that it's just the right size. Next, I'm going to have to do the sides, and I'm measuring about 2 inches to construct the sides of the jig. Again, this is pine. It's easy to cut. It's a pretty soft wood. I did have to measure twice and cut once. And so once I have these 2 pieces, this is going to get glued on and hammered on to the end of our jig. It did take almost an entire session to set up our jig, but once this is done, we can use it again and again. Now we had 6 days, approximately 2 hours each day, so at least 12 hours to work on this, but it still wasn't enough time, and I did have to take my project home to get it completed in time. Now that the jig is ready, and you want to make sure that it is not too snug, and mine is just a little bit too snug, but it's still going to work. But now that it's ready, it's been glued and hammered, it's now ready to be used as a jig, and I can work on the actual project at this point. My jig has been inspected by the instructor. It's a-okay and ready to go. The example being used right now is not mine. I still need to work on rasping down the top part of my project and cutting it and drilling a hole and doing all of the measurements. Here are the measurements written up by one of the other participants. So beautifully done, because we were all just a little bit confused on what was the next step. But it is time for our soft crafts. We are heading into the handwork room. This is for our sewing portion of the practical arts training. There are 3 parts to this: the hard craft, the soft craft, and the study. For this module, we're going to be working on a tailored garment. This is module 9, so this is coordinating to grade 9 in Waldorf schools. And for grade 9 in handwork, students are working on constructing their own patterns, ideally, and tailoring it to their body. Since we are not constructing our own patterns, we are using an existing pattern. We did need to measure our bodies and then choose the correct size, and then choose the correct parts of the pattern that we're going to be using. We've pinned it down and cut them out, and now we're learning some of the aspects of garment making based on the different symbols and instructions of the pattern. So learning how to read the pattern is also part of this whole process so that we can achieve success with our project and so that we have the confidence to work on other patterns in the future. It is now time for our study portion of this module. With each module, we also have an anthroposophical study. Our instructor was relating a story that is based on a Native American tale, the story of Jumping Mouse. Links to the picture book as well as the Native American folktale are in the description box below in case you are interested. This story has themes of sacrifice and transformation, and it beautifully set the stage for the anthroposophical work that follows in the remainder of this module. Once our study was complete, we had open studio. I worked on my sewing before heading out for the day. This concludes day 1 for module 9. I do hope you'll check back at the end of the week so that you can see our finished projects. I hope you enjoyed this look at day 1 for module 9 for the Waldorf Practical Arts training. I do hope you'll check out the blog post that accompanies this video where you can see more video vlogs from this module as well as previous modules. You can find the link to that blog post in the description box below. And if you'd like to see what we're making on a daily basis, you can find me on my website at pepperandpine.com.